This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Oh, isn't that hair fabulous? Broadcasting live from the new hotspot on Fort Myers Beach. Wahoo Willies! It's time for another exciting, award-winning episode of Beach Talk Radio. Here are your humble hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Thank you all very much. Thank you all for coming. And thank you all for watching on the Facebook or YouTube. And this is one of the biggest audiences we've had since last season. So thank you to you for coming down here to Wahoo Willies and spending some of your, lots of yellow, lots of green. I've been here since 9 o'clock. I'm organized. You have to make a grand entrance. You can't you just come, you go ahead. See, go ahead. Turn the microphone on. So why it's a dinky podcast.
Try all of them and see if he's got one of them correct.
There we go. Which one do you got?
I got 2.
That one doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Try 3. All right, should we start over? There we go. Very nice. A big hand for my wife.
Can we start again, please? Thank you so much.
Before we get to our first guest, we want to thank everybody for coming out to Bay Oaks last night for Fright Night. It was a great event. A lot of people came down, and there were a lot of kids, and there was way too much candy. And congratulations to all the winners, lots of costume contest winners from last night. And we appreciate.
Somebody got a stomach ache from eating way too many.
So here's what happened last night.
Don't go into any great detail. Just
I'll leave the part about the Pepto-Bismol out. But what happened yesterday was I posted on Facebook that we were going to be there and that I would accept Snickers bars for bribes if any of the kids wanted to, have a better chance of winning. We were judging the costume contest, so I got about 5 or 6 Snickers bars. I couldn't believe the kids were coming up passing off the Snickers bars. So. I don't really stray very far from what I eat, but I think the Snickers bars caused
you have a pretty rigid diet.
And she said, "You want to go watch the sunset?" And I was like, "I think I'm going to go home because I can't move from all the chocolate I just ate." And so I went home and I took, how they have those little Pepto-Bismol balls like they can keep in the refrigerator. I ate like 6 of them, and then I spent the next 45 minutes in the library. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
But it was a great event last night, and we appreciate everybody coming down. We have 4 T-shirts to give away. We're going to give away 2 T-shirts.
And I just want to congratulate all of the kids that showed up. There was a lot of great costumes. Some of them were homemade. One of the ones that won, a kid showed up with it. He was just an Amazon delivery box.
Yeah.
It was
so
I know it was so cute.
A lot of the parents
said somebody said, well, they didn't spend that much on the costume. And I think it was Mayor Allers was like, oh no, that box probably cost a lot.
The contents of the box. So yeah, that was a great time. The field looks great. And there's going to be a grand opening ceremony for the Little League field in a few weeks, which will be the next time we're down there. And so thank you all for coming last night. We also had gifts we need to tell everybody. If you've been paying attention to anything going on Fort Myers Beach, there's been a big chicken controversy, chicken and roosters that have turned up. And there was actually a fight over the chickens, and somebody went to jail. And we got this sent to us in the mail from one of our followers in Canada that just said that she saw it somewhere and thought it would be kind of cool. So is that does it make noise when you pull on it or something? Oh, shit. Broke it. That was totally unplanned.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we cannot have nice things.
Our friends from Chicago were here and are here today, and they brought us some nice patches. Retired from the Chicago Police Department. Are you going to break
those too?
No, I don't think I can rip that.
Okay.
And also pins. So thank you all for the gifts. And
the chicken's an amputee. Come on.
Well, you're good with rehab, so you can help out there.
Oh,
Let's introduce our first guest from the Fort Myers Beach Women's Club. Megan and Stephanie are going to tell us about the Christmas Tree Festival, which is coming up already. Come on down.
Yes, you have to squish in here.
I have no idea if the mics are going to work, so we might have to share. But Megan, of course, is the first lady of Fort Myers Beach, married to Dan. How is it? What's it like to be the first lady? You might need to use that one. Yeah, we're going to share that one. I don't know what I did.
Very, very busy.
Yeah.
But most people are very gracious and very nice.
It works now. She forgot to turn it on.
So it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Could happen. I love this shirt. Like,
Yeah, what
it's
is
almost
that?
giving me like mermaid vibes.
That's what I was going for this
I
morning.
love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So, Ed, we're a little sad to report that your present did not come in
Oh,
time.
no.
Santa has not delivered it.
Oh, you were going to bring a present.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
What was it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell
Was
you.
it a Christmas sweater?
No.
You already
better.
have one of those.
Better.
Oh, give me a
Yeah.
hint.
No.
No,
All
it's
right.
apparel.
Do you-
It's
are you-
apparel.
It's apparel.
Are you going to come
Yeah.
back on the show and present it?
If
All
we
right,
can.
cool.
As we get closer, if you have room for us, we'd love to come back one more time.
So tell everybody what's going on with the Women's Club. It's not there right now.
It is not there. We have a lovely lot. And we're in like some discussions over what to do with the building and, design phases, things like that. Obviously, there's a lot of fundraising that's going to be involved with
Mhm.
that. So we're just in the very, very early stages of capital campaign. So we'll keep everybody updated. I think it's going to be pretty exciting once we get
But
to
you're
a
still
point.
meeting and you're still.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. The Mound House has been wonderful to us. We've been meeting there. That's actually where we'll have the Christmas Tree Festival this year. It's going to be beautiful. So we're pretty excited. Our membership has actually grown since the storm. So
Now-
for
Do you
all
have
of our
more men
members,
now? Because I know he's going to
No.
bring that up.
No.
Still two?
Two men.
Still two.
Winter
Who
two.
are the two men that you have?
You don't- they're not going to reveal that.
I don't
know.
Okay.
I do not
I'm
know.
sorry, gentlemen. I don't
So-
know off the
Sorry.
top of my
So
head.
the Women's Club, you're allowed to have men in.
Yes.
But is it the community foundation or there's some other foundation on the beach where you're not allowed to have men in it?
Well, I
Maybe it's
can't-
not the community foundation, but with some other club.
I think
know.
you should walk everything you're saying right back and we'll just continue
How many
on.
apologies am I going to make today?
I
is the
I don't
question.
know. You're
To
Tough
the
on us.
chicken
Right.
people and now to, yeah. Oh boy.
No, so speaking of fundraising, for anybody that doesn't know, we're having a 5K race on the beach on New Year's Eve. Right, New Year's Eve, which is
New
Sunday.
Year's Eve day. Yes.
Sunday this year, and it's going to be over at Diamond Head again. And after the 5K race, it's going to be a pub crawl. We're going to start at Diamond Head, go to the Whale, the Lighthouse, La Ola, Snug Harbor, Root Shrimp, and here we'll end here. All the money from both of those events is going to be donated to the Women's Club, and we've already have 130 registrations for
It's amazing.
that
And-
race.
And I've been
Very
at
great.
Yeah,
the past
yeah.
two races you guys have done, and you guys
Yeah.
have it down to a science
Yeah.
now.
We're gonna
They're
ch-
great events.
We're going to change the course a little bit so it's not the same as it was the last time we were at Diamond Head. But yeah, I mean, I think we're on pace right now to have more registrations than we did for the Mother's Day 5K, which was 450.
Yeah.
So
we
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah,
We
yeah.
definitely
People love running on the
appreciate
beach.
support.
So yeah,
No, and I think having the race first and the pub crawl second is a much better setup
I think that's
than
very
the other
smart.
way.
And
Than
the
the
other
other
way
way.
around would be a
Yeah,
little-
because that would be something.
I don't
could
think you'd
get
have as many
entertaining.
show up if it was the other way.
we've been looking
It
into
would be a crawl for
Right.
sure.
we've been looking into the beer mile. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've seen
There's other
those.
places
We've
that
we've
do
done
that.
one of
It's
those.
funny.
We
Yeah.
did that at the Fort Myers Brewery in Gateway. We did that one.
one year too.
Yeah.
I think we only made it around the building once.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I've seen a 1 block relay before that was quite entertaining.
We always have a ringer with us so that
Yeah, we
get-
did.
yeah,
we won
did.
one
Yeah.
year because
Yeah.
of him.
We could do it right here on Old San Carlos.
We could.
There you
Could.
go.
Lord.
I'm
Like
not
a
sure-
relay race, just up, back, up, back.
Not sure what the insurance would be on something like that, but at that one they had barf buckets strategically placed around the entire building, and they were used. They didn't go unused. So
So for people who don't know, tell us a little bit about how the Christmas tree celebration goes.
So we are bringing it back to our original format, which everyone loved. Nonprofits submit a tree, they decorate it. We auction it off for them over the course of the weekend. 100% of those proceeds go back to that nonprofit. We also have some businesses that reach out to nonprofits that maybe don't have as many members right now or kind of struggling to get back to where they used to be. And they are sponsoring that nonprofit and helping them create that tree for their auction. So we get some really creative things. We've had a few trees in the past that have actually been bought, donated back so the bidding can continue. So we had 2 years ago, we had more than one tree that went over $2,000.
Wow.
And all of that goes back to that nonprofit.
And there's trees that have wine bottles
Oh,
hanging.
you stole my question. Is the wine tree going to be there?
I don't
again?
know. Jackie already left. That's the
Oh.
chamber tree. So I don't know what they're planning for this year, but we've had wine bottles. We've had trees made out of fishing poles. We've
Gift
had
cards.
Do you remember what the
You've had wreaths too. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just,
and
and then
wreaths.
big,
Mhm.
big trees and little
big
trees.
trees,
Like,
little trees.
do you remember what the most you ever gotten for a tree is?
5,000.
$5,000. Very nice.
what kind of tree was that?
That was.
I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it was 2 years ago. And I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but Dan and I donated a tree for Marcel and Milda's family for Sophia,
Right.
and it was a pink princess tree, and
Nice.
that made $5,000 for the family.
And
Nice.
did you have to, that tree had to be delivered somewhere too, if I remember right?
It did. We were going to deliver it to the family, and they asked us not to, and donate it to a family here, and that's where
Nice.
it went.
Yeah. So in addition to the tree festival, you're doing a putt and pub crawl that we shouldn't forget about. That's coming up in January. That's one of the very popular events on Fort Myers Beach, right?
Don't look at
I don't
me.
mean to put you on the spot.
Wow.
Because I know we're
Yeah,
doing
it's
we're sponsoring a whole with Nervous Nellies because it's in January and there's scheduled to be open in December, and that's when everyone goes around and there's a charity involved in the whole, and it's really a drink fest is what it is. You get to I mean you get to donate money, which is
And everyone, if you have, we do costumes. And again, I can't speak to a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm not on that committee, but
you should have brought Mary with you today.
It'll be here, and it's always a good time. And
Yes.
I'm sure it'll follow
Yes.
same
Yeah,
format. so that'll be-
4-person team.
Yep.
And then you just go around and have a great day.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I noticed it today when I was walking around. A lot more construction going on all over the island. I was on Coconut today, and I was looking at the house that was dropped in between the two trees. And then I went over to Debbie Hotka's house, and I tried to talk to the contractor over there about how long it's going to take. You do see a lot more work going on, which is
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Absolutely. Every day it's changing a little bit more, a little bit more. I know people get impatient and say, why aren't we there yet? But we've come so far
Mhm.
in 13 months. It's pretty amazing.
And you can really see people, it's getting busy. Every Sunday
Yeah.
I come down,
Yesterday
I'm
was
like, wow,
crazy
it's
packed.
really
Yeah.
getting busier.
Our friends from New Jersey were telling us about Hurricane Sandy. They went through Hurricane Sandy up there about how long it took. You say it took between 5 and 10 years, right? And they're still building up there. And they were hit pretty hard up there too. So well, thank you for coming down from New Jersey. So, I mean, it's only been a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good
So
stuff.
what else do you want everybody to know about the women's club? How much is a membership? And, what are the perks of being
Well,
a
annual
women's club
membership
member?
is $75.
Yep.
Okay.
You do need to be a member.
Sponsored
Sponsored.
by a member,
Right.
but it just means we'll bring them to
Come
bring
to
someone to a
meetings.
meeting or a social. We
Yeah.
do an event and a member meeting every month.
And we do ask our members to volunteer throughout the year.
Mhm.
It is a requirement to remain active, but our main mission is to support the other nonprofits on the island. So it gives us lots of ways to do that, and there's always something that's going on that
Yeah.
needs a little assistance. So there's plenty to do.
And
What-
so give us this, it's going to be at the Mound House.
Yep, it's December 8th and Friday, December 8th, Saturday, December 9th. We will have our Christmas trees auctioned off over the course of the 2 days, silent auction and online. So you can either bid online and or come to the event. We, of course, would love you to come to the event. We also have our chili tasting, which Megan will talk more about in a
I'm
minute.
not entering that
And,
contest this year.
We're out. We're
We-
out.
You see, when we were growing up on Long Island,
Here
my
we go.
mom would make chili with hot dogs in it, and it was so good. Hot dogs and those red kidney beans and
Ed,
chopped meat.
you can do better.
No,
You can.
I came in last place.
I know.
My sister's still scarred from.
And part
Right.
of the reason, do you not remember you showed up at a chili
Oh, that's
competition
right.
with like a bucket of chili and no crock pot?
I
I had to
had-
go home and get you a crock pot.
Nobody told me what the rules were. I didn't know
Well,
what I was supposed to do.
and it's so embarrassing to me because I don't keep track of him all the time. Like I am not his mother. So I was mortified and horrified. And then last night I show up, I'm working and I show up after work and he's got the table. I'm like, he calls me and he goes, you need to bring candy down. I said, dear, there was 15 tons of candy that was delivered to
But
our
I didn't
house
have
for
any
this
of it. My
event.
table was
I know
empty.
they
It was
have
just a
candy. He
yellow
goes,
tablecloth.
But my table is empty. I'm like, okay, there's some
Well,
mistake.
and then 2
No
years
bucket
ago,
to give it out. He's got no games for the kids to play. He's just sitting there with his
Some
yellow
of those
table.
people were like, they were doing some serious games
I
with the kids.
know.
I'm like,
well, 2 years ago at the chili competition, you tried to bribe children to go get votes for you.
Well,
So
he did it again yesterday.
you have a little history, so you got to shape up.
the chili contest for the last few years has been 100%.
You don't want him working for
it's been
your
100%
group over
rigged.
there. Nah.
Somehow Reed from the SOB won. He's got like belts of chili champions in his garage. Like you know what he does is he shows up last to the event, which means he gets the closest table to when people pull up and walk up. So he's filling them up on chili. By
And
the
then
time
what,
they
their-
got to the
their
hot
taste
dogs,
buds
they
are
wanted
ruined.
to throw up.
So I will say we've got really great plans for the chili competition this year. We do have some really wonderful sponsors that have come aboard this year. Sandcap Bank is our event sponsor.
Sweet.
Current Coastal Realty.
Alex King.
Alex is our chili sponsor, and he is so excited.
Yeah.
We're going to do some really fun
When is he
things
not
with that.
excited?
I know, he's so great.
Have you seen
So
his
great.
videos? And he's on TV now, and he's a big
I
reality
know.
star and all that.
So
Yeah.
we can't wait for that. And then you want to talk about the raffle?
Yeah, we still have our raffle. We do our annual raffle. We've had it. Is this our third or fourth year now? Fourth year with our raffle. So I do have tickets with me if anyone's interested, or you can obviously go to our website, fmb-wc.org, to buy tickets. They're $20 a piece or $6 for $100. Our three prizes this year are Southern Charm, a Tennessee whiskey, and Starry Night in the Grand Canyon. They're all
Wow.
3-night stays. I have a lot more information, but I can't quote it all from the top
Yeah.
of my head. But they're all 3-night stays: Savannah, Tennessee whiskey, and Starry Night in the Grand Canyon. So again,
Tell
you
us
can buy-
about that Starry Night in the Grand
What do you mean?
Canyon.
Well, you can? It's
Well-
a sunset tour. I don't think
Uh-huh.
you actually stay in the canyon. I don't think they let you go down there and stay for 3 nights. But
What is Tennessee whiskey? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I think if you camp down in there,
I
you
mean, I
can
heard
do
the
it.
song.
But I mean,
Who sings that song? Anybody in Tennessee? Oh, look at that. The people from the Art Association are on top of the music over there.
Tennessee whiskey is going to be distillery tours, running through and doing a couple.
Who
tours
sings
in
Watermelon
distilleries.
Moonshine?
can you let her
On
finish?
topic, Ed. On topic.
No, not Alabama.
Rigid, can't stay on
I-
topic.
It's,
So
it's a
bad.
current song. Thank you,
Okay.
Lainey Wilson. Yeah.
And then Southern Charm is Savannah.
Savannah,
right?
Georgia. Yep.
Have you heard that new
Nice.
song by Jelly Roll? The
And
one
there we
he's
go.
singing? It's very depressing. Have you heard that one? She's in that song with him. It's crazy. It's probably going to be a #1 song.
And we have early bird drawings.
Oh yes.
Hey,
and
can
our-
people go
And
online
then the
and
tickets
buy?
get back.
Yeah.
Do the tickets get put back in?
Yes, if you win an early bird drawing, your ticket does get put back in for all the other early bird drawings as well as the grand prize. Our next early bird drawing is the first Monday of November. I think that's the 6th, if I'm correct, Monday the 6th. So that's our next early
Yeah,
What's
bird
it,
drawing.
Tuesday
Stephanie?
is
What's
Halloween.
it like?
So what do you get in the early bird?
Early bird drawing is $250
that you can go
cash
spend
that you can spend
when you win your Starry Night in the Grand Canyon.
or
That's
buy
right.
your tree.
There
Or
you
buy
go.
your tree.
There you
Yep.
go. Oh, well,
Yep.
good idea.
Stephanie, what's it like being close friends with the First Lady of Fort Myers Beach? I mean,
Do you want to hear a sad story? It's not sad. It's actually a fun story. So I had to do a drawing by myself a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if you guys have paid attention. Megan and I do this together a lot.
yeah,
And I was by myself, and it was horrible.
yeah.
It
Why?
was
was
horrible.
too. Mine
Where was
was
she?
horrible
Doing too. It
without
was
you.
painful.
Where was she? At some fancy gala with her husband?
She had a ball gown and
Have you
everything.
met my husband? He didn't even get fancy for our own wedding.
Hey,
Come on. now.
by the way, speaking of your husband, are we doing a bike parade this year? Is that in the
Yes,
works?
that is in the works.
I heard yesterday there is going to be a boat parade this year too. So
Oh, cool.
keep
Very,
your
very cool.
yeah, all
Very
that
cool.
stuff
Yeah.
is coming back.
Um,
Fireworks, boat parade.
Yeah. Traditionally, we do the bike caroling the 3rd Saturday of December.
Nice. A lot of
Um,
stuff coming
Yeah,
back.
we just got to kind of figure out a route, what we're going to do. And,
Yeah.
it's going to be
You
a
have
little
to get
different
your
this year,
lights
but
in advance.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last time I did it, I mean, I had Christmas
Yeah,
lights
you
all
were-
over the
I
place.
know.
Like I almost
Were lit up.
electrocuted myself.
We
I had
had, like-
batteries in my
Yeah.
backpack to make sure they
we
didn't
had
go
like
out.
80 bikes. last
Yeah, it
time.
was.
Yeah.
That was the only time I actually went up and down every street in Red Coconut. The
Yeah.
only time, and it was the coolest thing because everybody had come out. And they knew what was coming and something that they were looking forward to every year. So it'll be different.
It will. It will. So I'm going to talk about the tree festival.
Okay.
more.
Is that why you're here?
Oh, is that what you came
Why the
on
hell
for?
are you here?
Sorry, he's off on
Um,
music trivia. a
We
minute
also
ago.
have Friday evening VIP tickets. So they get to come an hour earlier. There is a VIP section. And they have like their own little bar and snacks and
oh,
some
we
good
do have a
stuff.
bar.
We do
That's
have a
actually
bar.
important to mention. There is
There'll
a
be
bar.
a lot of people there then
Yep.
from the beach.
Always there. We'll have a food truck Friday night. I think we're going to have live music both nights now.
Who's playing?
Well, Friday night is Prison Lady.
Yep.
Saturday is still to be determined once
Yeah.
I meet.
If you can get that Chasing Denver group, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they were
They
great.
have a good
were great
following.
last
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah. Anything else?
Register your trees, Art Association over there. Get your tree registration in. And businesses, if you want to sponsor a nonprofit, reach out to us. You can reach out through our website, events at fmb-wc.org. You can reach out to me directly. We're happy to help you. I mean, we just want to get some of our nonprofits back on track. Let's raise as much money as we possibly can for them this year. It's going to be a beautiful event at the Mound House, and you really don't want to miss it this year.
All right.
And reach out. If you guys ask any member can direct you in the right direction. Go to our website. All of our contact information is there. You can send an email. We'll get you in touch with whomever you need to get in touch on. We are taking chili registrations still. I'm looking for trees. So we'll get you who you need to talk to.
All right. Thank you guys for
And wait. And we have a vendor market Saturday during the day. I forgot to mention.
Yes, we do. Have
At
a
the
vendor
Mound
market.
House.
Yes. Yes.
There's some.
I have tickets.
question. What's the entry
What's
fee
the entry fee
for the tree?
for the tree?
I believe it's what, $25
$25 for a
25?
tree. Yep.
Mhm.
Yes. And it's the event itself to get in and look at the trees is free. There is a small $10 charge for chili, $5 for chili, but otherwise the event is free.
Has
to-
Reed
Are you
from
having the bake? Are you doing the bakes
Yes.
goods?
Yeah.
Yes. See, Ed gets us so off topic.
I
We
know.
forget all of
I
our
know. I'm
details.
here
is your
to
favorite
provide
band
the
of all time?
boomerang.
favorite band of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
You're giving away.
Come on. Favorite band of all time?
I don't know if I have one.
Stephanie?
I'm panicking.
I mean, that's not even.
Oh, that's a
not
great
even a hard
band.
question.
They were fantastic in the 90s.
Oh.
You know, I got to, I love Zach Brown. I've
Yeah.
actually, the only time I've seen them live was when they very first got started. Nobody even knew who they were.
Yeah.
I was on a ski trip in Steamboat, and it was called Rock Slope. And
Huh.
so all these bands came out and they would play at night. You know, you'd
No kidding.
ski, or if you were me, attempt to ski. And then at night, all this music would be played, and literally nobody knew who these guys were. And they played in the lobby like all night long.
Wow.
And I went back to Atlanta. A friend of mine was a chef. I said, I met this really cool band while I was out there. And it turns out that guy was Zach's best friend and went
Wow.
on tour with
Nice.
him as the chef that did the meet and greets.
The
later
perks
on.
of the first lady. Very
Wow, look
nice.
at you.
That was a million years ago.
Yeah.
Ed.
We saw him. We saw them here at the
Hertz.
arena,
Mhm.
and I saw him in Nashville once. We're in a ballroom of one of the hotels. The amount of music they put out with all those instruments in a hotel ballroom was so loud, and it was awesome.
And
the way they played.
didn't they do The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
They
when
did.
we-
They do a lot of
Oh,
covers. He does do a lot of
Yeah.
covers. So All
I'm
right.
still working on my
Thank you
violin
guys.
stuff,
Thank you
my
guys for
fiddle stuff.
coming on.
Anything else?
I don't think
Give
so.
you a
I
minute to
No.
So
wanna thank-
Friday, Saturday, stuff going on at night
and
during the
9th,
day. There's
all-
a bake
yeah.
sale, Christmas tree, chili,
Vendor market, trees, wreaths and trees.
Website
Friday
is
starts VIP is 4:30. Saturday begins at 1. General admin on Friday night at 5:30.
website address.
fmb-wc.org.
All right.
And
and
I
the
will-
Mound House, which
Yes.
provides
And
such
And
the
the
a
Mound
beautiful
House, who's
setting.
so gracious to us
Yes,
this year.
thank you.
I will send you the flyer so you guys can
Okay.
go ahead and repost it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Big
guys.
hand
We
for.
will do this year.
I got you. You're good. For the ladies, Megan and Stephanie from the women's club, who we're going to be raising money for. We're going to give away some T-shirts right now. This is going to be for the in-studio audience here. You have to raise your hand. Marie, what? What'd I do? No, you got the different microphone. What happened?
In studio.
Well, what do you call it? It's a live audience here. All right.
So silly.
This is the answer. All right. Here, hold the shirt up, please. This is one of our
It's
race
not a
shirts.
math question.
So you have to raise your hand. Marie will see the first hand that goes up, and then whoever gets the answer right will win the T-shirt.
Wow, that's bright.
Other than Estero Island and Fort Myers Beach, what is this beach called?
What has it been called?
What is it? What is it? Crescent Beach is right. Very nice. Awesome. All right. Yeah, we have all the sizes here, so you want to make sure we get the right size. So, all right. Folks, before we get to our next guest, I want to tell you about Alex King. We were just talking about Alex. Current Coastal Realty is a team of 12 realtors with expertise in all island market segments. They're on top of their game, and they'll keep you current. Get it? Current Coastal Realty. With up-to-the-minute boots on the ground, or Crocs on the ground, if you know Alex. Give Current Coastal Realty a call. Right now, Alex is sitting out in his car on Old San Carlos waiting for you to call him so he can find you a house on Fort Myers Beach, off Fort Myers Beach. Maybe you want to sell it. 239-747-7446, 239-747-7446, or email Alex at currentcoastalrealty.com. Starlight Electric. Give Starlight Electric a call, because when you get a new house from Alex, you might need electric, because without electric, you can't make coffee or anything else. They're locally family-owned and operated since 2013, licensed in Florida since 2004. Both owners are involved in daily operations and lifelong Southwest Florida residents, and one is a new Fort Myers Beach resident. Give Starlight Electric a call right now. Operators are standing by, waiting. 239-313-7122, 239-313-7122. All right, let's give away another shirt. Marie, are you ready? All right, check the Facebook, because this one's going to go out to our virtual audience. The first person that answers this correctly. Okay. We're going to talk about the Lee County Board of Commissioners right now. Watching the Facebook. We're going to mail you this T-shirt free of charge. We won't even charge you for shipping, even though we're just a dinky podcast. Name the Lee County Commissioner who was also the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, but he recently passed away about 2 or 3 years ago. The first person that knows the answer to that, does anybody in the audience know who it was without saying it too loud? No, I don't think that was right. I know you guys know it over there. Name the Lee County Commissioner who was also the mayor of Fort Myers Beach that died about 2 or 3 years ago. And now, that's right. You guys don't say it too loud. We don't want the Facebook people to hear you. You got it right. Come on down, David. Big round of applause for our next guest. Speaking of the Lee County Board of Commission.
I think.
David Milucka. Did I say your, is it Milucka?
Yeah, we've got.
I want to make sure we say the last
down.
name correctly, because. All right. Make sure you write it down, and make sure you get their address somehow. David, please pronounce your last name.
So it's Milucka.
Milucka.
You're not the first one. The first day of school, my entire life was over.
Yes. And before we get started, I need to apologize to you.
I'm going to lean back here.
Hey, when you make a mistake, you have to man up to it and know that you made a mistake and admit it. When I first heard that you were running for county commission, I sent you a text asking you to come on the show, and you ignored me. And so I sent another text and nothing. So I thought, man, he doesn't want to come on the show. Of course, I take it personally because I'm little like that. And he doesn't pay attention to Fort Myers Beach. And of course, I had the wrong phone number, so he never got the text. So I'm a jackass, and I apologize to you for that. You do care about the beach, and we appreciate, even though I was an ass, that you still agreed to come on the show. And I also want to apologize to your lovely wife, who's here with your 3-month-old.
Yes.
Baby son Hunter. She spent an hour on the phone explaining to me how she's the chairperson of the local Florida delegation, and we were talking about this Botana thing, and she explained to me how the whole process worked. And it was she didn't need to spend any time on the phone with me, but it was at least 30 minutes explaining how the whole thing works. So thank you, Jenna, for that, and thank you for bringing the baby. It's nice to see babies every once in a while, like, you know. As I was saying last weekend, we spend more time at funerals now at our age than we do at weddings and seeing babies born. So that's one cute baby right over there. Oh. So yes, thank you for coming on.
Adorable.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for creating this opportunity for him to apologize, because boy, oh boy.
Hey,
I'm
when
gonna
you're
be
wrong, you're
looking-
wrong.
I'm going to be looking for more of that because
Yeah.
you're wrong a lot. A lot. So
Thank you for coming on. Why don't you tell, you're running for, is it District 3 or 2?
So let me first start. My name is David Milucka, and I'm proud to be running for County Commissioner District 3, which we're right in the middle of as we speak. Ray Sandelli is the current office holder, and he's doing a wonderful job. And I'm going to work really hard to earn the right to succeed him and follow in those big footsteps.
Now,
Yes,
District 3
we
includes
had-
where else, so people know, in addition to Fort Myers Beach? It's not just a beach.
So District 3 starts just a little bit south of the Cape Coral Bridge, runs down along the beach, encompasses all of Estero, Bonita, and unincorporated Lee County, basically wrapping around Corkscrew Road and
Yeah.
back up this way. So the south portion of Lee County is where District 3 is served.
All right. Before we get to the tough questions, we have to go
Did we?
for.
I think
Can,
we.
can I? Can
Oh,
I,
yes, go
can
right
I
ahead.
interrupt for 1 minute,
Yeah,
please?
for sure.
Can I just say thank you for inviting me on the show? Thank you to Wahoo Willies for hosting this, and thank you to Beach Talk Radio for being such an outstanding voice for our community.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Really rubbing it in.
I know.
He's got class.
Let me ask
But
you a question.
I will tell you, can I just give me, I'm a politician in training. I got to talk. Okay. You gave me a mic. You know the rules, right?
Easy,
So-
Kevin Wayne.
Oh, well, oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
just keep on going with that. Yeah, go right on by it.
Didn't see that coming. All right. Keep practicing. Can I just tell you, as another human being, thank you for having the fortitude and the honor to apologize for making a mistake.
I
mean,
practiced that.
I will tell you, I think everybody in our lives has said or done something we wish we could do over again, but it takes a real man of character to hold yourself the way you've done this. And it means a lot. I wish I would have been invited the right way the first time,
Yeah.
or had the right number. But
Yeah.
sincerely,
I think Kevin Wayne gave me that number, so it's all his fault.
well, he can handle he's got broad
Yeah,
shoulders.
yeah.
He can take that. But thank you.
Thank you.
We both care a lot about this community. There's no,
Yeah.
so we share that. But I
Mhm.
thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to circle back on that. It means a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate
So-
that. And so,
I hope you feel the same way
After
after
you
the
win.
interview as you do right now.
that's always
gonna try and
the
stay.
test for. And I don't know. People don't care what I think, and I know that, but
Well, I know I don't, but go ahead.
people, we always try and invite people back afterward. Like most people have come on. I think like Adam Botan is supposed to come on next weekend. Now, if he doesn't come on next weekend, I totally understand why. But Kevin's come back on, and Ray Sandelli,
Ray's been
even Byron Donalds has come on, and now
Mhm.
apparently he could be the next Speaker of the House. I mean, if they ever get a Speaker of that House, I mean, talk about politics, holy moly! But I don't mean to get off track, but you'll be an important, if you get elected, you'll be an important representative for Fort Myers Beach, because obviously so much is going on here. So we hope if you do.
So we have some very important
Yes,
questions.
Here we go.
So
The
that
ticker
the
is
folks
going.
of the beach can understand you better.
Now, do you think if we asked your wife these questions of you, she would know them about you? Favorite color? Would she know that?
What's his favorite color?
Is that right? Well, of course it is now.
We should have given her a white
Republican-
I know, right?
whiteboard.
Right, write
it down
beforehand.
I was Republican red when I was
I
this
see.
side.
Favorite TV show growing up?
Oh, she may not know that one.
No, I'm asking you. What your people are now going to get a real vibe for you.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Very nice.
Ah. Have you ever done
What? They're totally cackling at that one. Why are you guys laughing?
I grew up
at
in
that?
Bokeelia. We actually did that stuff.
All
like
right.
the slide across?
Wow. You gonna ask one or not?
No. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Avengers.
Okay.
Avengers. Who was in Avengers? I don't even know what was that about.
It's
Dave,
a
thumbs
long
up.
series.
Yeah.
Favorite band?
AC/DC.
Nice.
Oh, good one. Yeah, you get points. That's a good one.
Other than your lovely wife and your son, if you had a chance
Well,
to
he's got other than
right,
family.
can't be family. If you were to get in an RV and ride across the country with somebody, who would it be? Could be dead or alive.
Ronald Reagan.
Nice.
Oh, good one. I'm going to ask the big one. Most embarrassing moment besides coming on today and dealing with him.
I don't recall.
Oh,
You
come
don't- you
on
haven't
now.
had,
This
like,
is the
a
most important
bad
question.
High school kind of thing, or college.
I got to share one now. Okay.
Yeah, you got something.
We only have
A
9
trip and
followers, so
fall
don't worry about it.
something.
Okay. So I'll share with you. I skipped a
It's
grade
just
in
between
school.
us.
Yeah. I was 16 years old as a high school senior. Okay. Out on my big first date with driving myself to, right.
Right.
So we went to Beefsteak Charlie's.
Wow.
Right.
Beefsteak Charlie's.
White corduroy jeans and ribs.
Oh.
Bad mix, huh?
Yeah.
I only dropped the one.
Do they even make white corduroy jeans anymore? I mean,
I got
Were
rid of
they
my,
Levi's?
you
They
still
were
have
Levi's.
those?
I knew it.
Oh, thank you for putting up with
That's a
those
good
questions.
one. That's a
Yeah.
good one, and it's a safe one.
So
yeah.
tell us about your business.
luckily I went to a movie that was dark afterwards.
Do
So
you still stay in touch with that date? Do you still know who
I
that
have
is?
no idea who
Okay. All right. Good. I just want to make sure that's clear.
if she remembers, God bless you. I miss you.
You miss her? What do you mean? Did you say you miss her?
I miss high school. Yeah.
Now you're from this area, so you went to high
So-
school locally. Tell us a little bit about
So
that.
I'm a lifelong resident. I've been here 56 years now. I'm proud to share. My parents and my family brought me down here to the beach, went across the swing bridge rather. And we used to go eat at Hickory Barbecue when it had sand floors and barefoot afterwards. My grandfather owned the repair shop next door.
Now you did that without the white corduroy pants at the
Now,
barbecue.
these were
place,
shorts.
right? Okay.
And we were hosed down back then.
So tell us about your business. You're
Can you not let him just sew? So you've
He
been in the
seemed
area
like he
a
was
long
pausing.
time.
So
Where'd you graduate from high school?
So I went to Cape Coral High School back when it was the new school out in the boonies in Cape Coral. I used to be able to see 3 miles from my house to the school
Wow.
that was being built and across the vacant lots out there. My family goes back over 100 years, the Honch family. So Honch, everybody says honk. You see honk. Destruction is the name of my business, HONC Destruction. I'm a demolition contractor. I formed and founded the company 20 years ago with 0 trucks and 0 equipment. And we grew to become the largest demolition contractor in Southwest Florida.
nice.
So I'm really proud of that.
What-
So
And what is you were telling me before the show about a project you guys worked on here? You need some. Go ahead.
Oh.
You need some water. Yeah, I know you did some work here after the storm, right out here in the water.
yeah, so because of our history and our relationships with our customers for so many years, the Freeland family contacted me right after the hurricane with an emergency demolition project here at Moss Marina for the Coast Guard. So we took down all of these boathouse barn buildings and the corner marine ship store building immediately after the storm. We had to get special access and permissions to cross during what was a war zone,
Mhm.
type activities
Yeah.
to drive right past where we are now to extract those buildings. But we had to create a safe haven for all the debris coming out of the water and then handle the materials to be able to receive the Coast Guard to allow them to serve while we were building the new one across the way.
Now, is that mousse in your hair, or does it just naturally
here we
stay
go.
like that? I mean, it's just it
This
doesn't
is a
move at all.
common
You go back and
question.
forth.
Here
It
we
doesn't
go.
move at all. I mean, what do you got going on there?
Donald Trump gel.
Donald Trump, he makes gel now. I didn't know that. We don't get into politics here. I don't know how people react to that anymore. So I figured if
It's got to be good if it works for him.
Do you really have gel? Is it gel or is it? I mean, it just doesn't move at all.
It's more of a paste.
I
But thank
see.
you for asking.
So
He under this hat, he has no hair, so he's
very
always
jealous
jealous.
of,
yeah.
Well, he's in better
yeah.
shape than I am. so.
So listen, you're running for the Lee County Commission. They're 4-year seats, right? Four
Yeah.
4 years. Why do you want to run?
So as a lifelong resident, I've been part of the fabric of the community and my business and community service. My parents always taught me growing up to pay attention to politics, just like everybody here in this room, because if you don't, things will happen to you and not for you. They also taught me that if you can't whine and complain about something unless you're willing to do something about it. So I have the opportunity with an open seat to earn the right to serve the community and do my best to do a good job for them to represent their interests during this very difficult rebuilding time.
And what are an issue or two that you're really made
Passionate
you want to
about.
run?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 2 big issues. One is infrastructure and rebuilding the infrastructure and roadways, traffic flow and all this. Unfortunately, based on our work and a lot of other people, based on the hurricane getting things started, there's a lot of clean slates that need to be rebuilt the right way. Growing up here, I have had the experience that we've always built too little, too late. So our roads, by the time we get done building them, they're already over capacity and
Yeah.
out of service. So I want to help rebuild and make those things better for traffic flow and for the infrastructure, water, et cetera. And I believe, based on my civil construction and general contracting experience for the last 20 years, my experience with that will lend itself in a positive way towards that rebuilding. So I'm excited about that. Small business and getting red tape out of the way. I am a small business owner, so I experience in real time making payroll every week. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of small businesses here on the beach that are struggling right now to survive. I want to help them and stay in business. As I was talking to some of these other folks here, a lot of these companies have been out of income and out of work and out of pocket, out of their business, out of their buildings, and they need help to get back on their feet and go back to succeeding again.
How do you see that? Like, what are some of your ideas to kind of help those folks out? Because it is difficult down here with the cost of property and then the rebuild, everybody having to build up. We've heard from small businesses what a challenge that is now compared to, a couple of years ago.
Well, you're right. And everything costs more and takes longer now than anybody wants it to, right? I mean, we all struggle with that. We have doubled our size of our business in the last 12 months based on the hurricane, albeit in some very difficult circumstances. But I've been side by side with the community. We did a lot of work here after the hurricane in the Bayside area, Thunderbird, and up and down the beach. You've seen our trucks and our equipment here, but we were always proud to be part of the rebuilding and the pride moment of kickoff of a new project, right? It was always that exciting moment of making my dream business or my dream home start. That was always our calling. And now every job since the hurricane has been a funeral, and everybody's in shock, and everybody needs you, but nobody wants it because they just lost everything. So I've been with them with tears on contracts and trying to help them rebuild. And then in combination with that, the FEMA maps changing immediately after the storm caused a lot of confusion and delay in what we could or couldn't do. So I don't envy the current office holders for what they have to go through. And they've made some tremendous efforts at making things better, but it's a Herculean effort.
Would you consider yourself like pro-growth? I mean, Lee County, understandably, everybody wants to move to Florida, but Lee County is like busting at the seams. You can't, I mean, you go down Colonial Boulevard, you can't get anywhere. I mean, they just keep building development on top of development. There's not enough housing. How do you fix that issue?
How do you get ahead of, you were talking a minute ago about how, build a road, but not big enough. How do you get ahead of that curve?
Well, you know what?
That was a good question, right?
It is. I'm not going to say
Yes, thank you. Somebody tipped him off. I was reaching for it, Dave. I was reaching for it.
I saw the four. I was like, he's going to say good.
I did my homework.
So how do you get ahead of that? How do you?
So I would
things already going on. How do you get ahead of that?
It is difficult. It's going to take a combination of efforts between the local communities, the county level, and the state and federal levels for the roads and the infrastructure. I mean, it takes all those four layers of government to combine their efforts and make that happen. At the county level, I'd like to think that we had the influence and the authority to be a good liaison for the incorporated areas to communicate with the state. I have a friend in state government that I can call almost every day.
A direct line.
Yeah.
But I would like to find ways that we can supplement current projects. And for example, if we say the new road that's going in here is going to be 4 lanes, instead of make it 6 and have a smaller median, but build the 6 lanes now. It's probably going to cost 20% more to the project to change it ahead of time, but it'll cost 300% more to come back and tear it apart in the middle of the traffic to redo it over again to come to the same result. And if we plan ahead long enough, those monies we'd spend 10 years from now to spend $200 million on what might cost $20 million today, we can use that money to move forward elsewhere. So that's an example of what I would like to see.
Ohio State or Penn State today?
Penn State.
Penn State. Oh, this
Where
is an
did you go
Ohio
to
State
school?
crowd. I thought.
Florida. I'm a Gators.
Okay.
I don't really,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter
Gators,
to me either way.
So the issue.
I had a really good friend at Ohio State, so that was for him if he's watching.
So the
Just a little zinger.
what can you bring to Fort Myers Beach that they're not getting now? Like what can you say to the residents of Fort Myers Beach to make them think that you're going to help them more than, well, right now, David, I think, is the only one running. So what?
Brian.
I'm sorry, Brian against David is the two candidates that we have now. So why you for Fort Myers Beach?
I think because I have the most experience and a lifetime of community service and involvement. My business serves all four corners of Lee County every day, every week for the last 100 years. My family's been here since 1913. I have the construction real world experience. I have relationships at local government levels that I think I can help communicate. I'm proud to say that Ray Sandelli has endorsed me to succeed him in this race. Kevin Ruane also is helping me, and they want the chance to work with me in this seat. And I'd like to think it's because they know we can work together. We're not going to try to play gotcha politics, sound bites like you see on the news networks.
Yeah.
We actually want to get good work done for the community and do the right thing. So we know we can work together. So having those relationships, that experience, the customer service, decision-making skills, and communication, I would want to know if I was a voter that I could be heard, that I could reach my elected official, that they would help me as best they could. If they didn't know the answer, they'd say, I'll find out and get back to you, and actually do that, right? It doesn't have to be tremendously complicated, but you have to follow through.
So what would you say are the top 3 issues on Fort Myers Beach right now?
Well, it's getting reorganized and rebuilt to evolve from where we were. We have to preserve the best of what we had and what we remember that's been so special to all of us. We have to look forward in a thoughtful way to rebuild the community and make it better, but none of us want to turn into South Beach, right? We have a legacy. We had a wonderful place to grow up here and enjoy, and I want to see that continue.
Okay.
I think a lot of what elected officials' responsibilities are is you've got to make good things happen, but you've also got to stop bad things from happening. So being a good voice and a good sounding board to make good decisions based on those circumstances in front of me will make me good at this job, to help me do a good job for you.
So that's 1.
Well,
What? But that was 3?
no,
What? Okay.
here's what I don't want to answer, but it's rebuild. I mean, it's
all right.
Go ahead.
No,
Are you running his campaign now? Let him answer
No,
the question.
No, so getting red tape out of the way. We've got to find ways to streamline the permitting process. Maybe there's ways the county and county staff can supplement those the town's needs, right? Everybody needs to pitch in and look for ways to do things online, automated.
So you have experience with permitting, right? Because
I pull permits every day.
So
yes,
have you pulled any on Fort Myers Beach?
hundreds. Yes.
Okay, so people say on Fort Myers Beach that Lee County is so much better. What's the truth?
It's faster at Lee County right now.
It is.
Turnaround time is.
Why?
I think they probably have more staff.
Okay, fair
They're
enough.
probably not living out of trailers, right? They're still in the same office they
Okay.
were, right? I mean, it's pretty difficult to live in a motorhome when you used to have a house, right? So the logistics, the staffing,
That's fair.
The
and
volume.
it's and the volume of permitting.
Okay, candidate Ryan.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
The volume at the beach per capita is higher here, of course. So everybody's got growing pains. Nobody can hire enough people. Nobody can hire enough staff, right? We're all suffering with that with every industry, whether it's Wahoo Willie's or
They're not
the local
suffering today.
government.
Look at all these yellow shirts in here. Holy Christmas. So
But there are ways to cut down the process and procedures
Okay.
and inspections that can be done. So in my opinion, when I was past president of the Cape Coral Construction Industry Association, as an example, we used to have a 4-week permitting process to demolish a house, and we had 13 inspections from 5 agencies
wow.
for a house
That
demo.
sounds like a lot.
But it only took 2 inspections to build a seawall.
Everybody had their hand in the pocket. That's what it was. Everyone
Everybody
was getting a little
involved. So
yeah.
we were able to streamline the regulations, the forms, and the permitting fees to reduce it from 13 to 5.
Nice.
Right? So there are steps you can make. If the answer is always yes, there should be no waiting time. If they can be done over the counter with no engineering, such as a demolition permit doesn't require engineering, that should be an over the counter permit like it is at the county.
Would you ever be in favor of Lee County taking back over Fort Myers Beach?
Well, I can't say I am not in favor of that right now.
There was a little bit of a pause there that I was
No,
surprised by.
No, Fort Myers Beach should stay Fort
Okay.
Myers Beach.
That's clear.
Period. I think the county should help out where they can, but the
Yeah.
beach is the beach and it should always stay that way.
Well, that was clear. Yeah. I mean, how can they help out more? I mean, what do you, I mean, you have any ideas?
If they can help with staffing, if they can help with accelerate other projects like they did with the Estero Boulevard,
Yes.
where there's county-owned utilities.
Yes.
I know they just approved in their legislative priorities $15 million towards the water treatment plant expansion and rebuild that needs to be done as a $200 million job. But I think there's ways to supplement the budget or advance funds that they can, or collaborate on those methods of how we can help bigger, better, faster.
The greatest thing you could ever say for the people on Fort Myers Beach, if you got elected, would be, today we're going to start
Are you
rebuilding.
now running his
We're going
campaign?
to start rebuilding the pier, because everybody wants that pier back.
Everybody does want that.
I
pier.
miss it too.
So what, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know Dave Harner's working on it, and there's a whole FEMA process, and there's so many agencies involved, but man, you would think that would benefit everybody in the county.
So the good news, bad news, I know just a few whispers about this. And again, I'm not in office now and I don't have a vote today, but I do miss the pier just like you do. That's a major magnet for economic development and tourism in the area. And we all want to have it back. It's a great place to be and gather fish, etc. But I will tell you, when you have a chance to rebuild, you have a chance to maybe build more. Maybe you can build it bigger. Maybe they can build it longer. Maybe they can do things. If we could do it over again, maybe there's things we can do to enhance that. So I think they're looking at the design and permitting process. I know from my marine construction background, to do a footprint replacement is less permitting than if you expand it, right? But if we wanted to expand it while we have people working here, there may be some benefits to doing that, right? So
Well,
maybe
and you're
it
also
takes-
working with FEMA, and they have a lot of restrictions.
So I think taking a look at it, if we hurried up and built it back what it was, and then wished we could have done it 10% more or whatever to make it better second time, I think it's worth taking a look to see if we can make it better in a reasonable time frame, and then make it a real feature structure as it was.
It's so
for the
funny
community.
because
So
yeah,
One question. and
go right.
address.
Well,
So you,
go ahead.
you have a business,
Yes.
at least one business. You have a new baby,
Brand new baby.
brand new baby.
a
You
19-year-old son.
a 19-year-old son. Yeah. So you're really busy. How are you going to carve out the time for
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
if elected?
It's a full-time job, isn't it?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Well, that's a fair question. So my
Oh,
wife,
I was
my
so
wife,
close with the fair.
Fair,
You did
we're-
your business.
fair
You
is,
did, yeah, that was close.
my wife and I just have the two companies, the two babies, and the two elected offices we're working on right now for our campaigns. But so it is a lot.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, the way that our family works and our involvement in the community, my business, my customers, my involvement on a day-to-day life isn't as big of a leap to these areas as some people would have, because we're involved in the community, and all these meetings that we go to and all of the service that we have, we're already participating now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other part that I'm proud of is that I've built a really good team of people at my office. Okay. I have a wonderful crew, operations department. You see our guys work. I mean, they come in, they come out, it's clean, it's done right. And they don't need as much of me as they did 20 years ago. So, and the office downtown is 20 minutes away from the office I have now too. So it's manageable. It's
Yeah.
part of my life. I am out and about half the day anyway, half the day in the office, and I'm always going to be nearby my citizens and community wherever I'm at.
What was the revenue for your company last year?
Just shy of 9 million.
Okay. Very nice. You didn't have to answer that, but that's
I
a big
know.
company. But
I
thank
thought
you.
you were going to ask how much money has he raised thus far.
No,
for
well, that is
campaign?
part of
'Cause
my
you
question.
Always ask
Yeah,
that
well, I
question.
mean, I'm totally, I'm totally enamored by the political campaigns and how much it costs to run a campaign in Lee County. I mean, yeah, I think you have a strong opponent right now. There could be more that get in the race.
Right.
It will only be a Republican primary. There's definitely never going to be a Democrat that gets close. I mean, Frank Mann I think he was a Democrat, right? Maybe he was a Republican. I don't know, but he was never going to lose.
think he was
That guy
one
could have
and then-
run until forever. So what does it take
Such a-
to,
he's-
how much money do you need to raise to, buy media and things like that in this county?
Well, so just to be clear, I am running for District 3, but the county commission race is at large.
Okay.
So everybody that lives in Lee County can vote for me, and I hope they will. Okay.
Yes.
But it does take money and advertising budget. Like any startup business, you have to have an advertising budget to reach new customers and get your message out and share that with people.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't be a stretch to say that it may take $300,000, $400,000, $500,000.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're trying to reach 500,000 people.
no,
Yeah.
Right? Like, so it's $1 a
thinking-
person. Doesn't sound like a big advertising budget, but $500,000 in money sounds like a lot because it is.
But the good news for you and the challenge for anyone else is that, and I say this a lot, and I don't
Oh,
mean
here
it
we
in a
go.
negative way, but
or disrespectful.
and it's not disrespectful, but Lee County has created this Republican machine. Like, and they chose you. You got, and I don't mean chose you. The voters have to choose you, but you have a lot of endorsements
Mhm.
from important people right now. That's what I meant by that.
I think that's a more positive way to state it, right? I am very proud to share with you all that in a first-time campaign for county commission, in the first 98 days that we ran our campaign through September 30th, we had over 320 separate people help support our campaign, and we raised $222,000.
Yeah. And I don't mean it in a negative way about Republican. They have created a machine in this county, and I don't think there's anything negative about that. I think people are happy with the way the Lee County Board is being run. There's always going to be pockets of complaints about the way that it's growing because we're not keeping up with the growth, but that's different.
But Ed, respectfully, I've got to earn this seat.
Yeah.
I've got to earn this one vote at a time.
I agree.
There's no chosen heir to the throne here. I am going to work my tail off 150% of committed till the day after the primary.
It's
okay?
always good to have the
But
endorsements as not to have them, though.
I am extremely proud to have Ray Sandellis, Kevin Ruanes, the sheriff,
Yeah.
a couple of dozen other elected officials from the Speaker of the House to the incoming Senate President. I mean, we all know and work together, and I think that means a lot. But they want somebody they can work with. The people that pay attention in our community that care about Southwest Florida, I'm very proud are supporting me. But when I call people and ask for their support and ask for their vote, they're saying yes because they know David, right?
Mhm.
They've known me and my business and my family for decades. They know our commitment to the area. And when I say, can I have your support? They say yes, because I have always done what I said I was going to do for them. I take care of my customers, I take care of my neighbors, and I do what I say I'm going to do. And that's why they're saying yes right now, not because somebody told them to.
Right.
Question from the audience is,
Where do you
I
live?
live in Town and River, here just north of us, about 3 miles down the road in Fort Myers.
And another question that we had from somebody that was watching was, Crescent, the county owns Crescent Park.
Right.
Why not donate that park to the town for $1 or something? I mean, why does the town own that park over there?
county.
The county, which it used to be a volleyball court. I mean, it would be nice for the town to have that. Would you be in favor or opposed to that?
I don't have an opinion. I don't know enough about
All
that
right.
whole handoff back and forth. I tore down the old mall
Mall.
and
Oh,
the
yeah.
buildings that were there, but I
There was a
I
mall
wasn't
on
part
the
of
beach?
the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Like,
mall?
like in that
Where Margaritaville is now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I mean, you're
Awesome.
thinking it wasn't Mall of America. It was.
Where did I miss the mall? Who goes to the mall
You
anymore?
have such a.
I don't get out a lot.
constricted definition of things.
So anything else you want the voters to know about?
Anything we missed that you wanna get
anything
out?
about you, about
Well,
your
I mean, give
campaign?
out your contact info, obviously.
how they can donate, all that. Yep.
Yeah.
No, thank you for the opportunity. I want everybody to know that I'm running for this office because I care. I'm a lifelong resident. I'm a small business owner. I'm a father of 2 beautiful sons. My 19-year-old son, Charlie, has special needs, but he's a very special guy. I'm so proud of him. I have a 3-month-old son, Hunter Powell Milucka. His middle name was after John Powell, who was Jenna's ancestor that founded Lee County and was one of the first 5 county commissioners. So we have long roots and a big commitment to the area. I will work hard for you. I will listen to you. I enjoy campaigning because I get a chance to experience your perspectives, your life stories, and I want to learn more on how better to serve you. And I look forward to that opportunity. If you'll give me that chance and give me your vote, I would ask you to join my team of current supporters at davidmilucka.com. And my cell phone number is 239-849-2205. Call me anytime, Ed.
I got the right number now. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for putting up with my crap and accepting my apology. Thank you to your lovely wife.
That
And
was a great.
for her-
That was a great
yes.
parting.
yeah, for sure.
comment.
Yeah. And again, if you missed it, it's david@davidmilucka.com, and it's MULICKA.com. And we'll post this.
I don't know if they got the phone number correct.
He gave out the phone number
did. You gotta
before,
just
but go ahead.
a little,
Yeah.
a little
slower
little
so
slower.
people can write it down.
It's on the website and it should be on the cards here.
Okay.
I have business cards as well, but
All
it's
right.
area code 239-849-2205. If I miss your call, leave me a message and I'll call you back.
And I will give you the incorrect number so you can make sure you can.
Ed has our complaint hotline.
Oh, I appreciate you accepting my apology. I mean, good luck to you in the race. And we do have, did we give away 2 or how many? I don't even know how many we gave away.
We gave away 2.
Marie, how many shirts did we give away? 2 or 3? All right. So we're going to stay on the Lee County Commission. Did I use? Oh, this is going to be an easy one. Marie, we're going to do this one on the inside here, and raise your hand if you know the answer. You can only win 1 shirt every 30 days. So we got some smart people back there. All right. Marie, you ready? All right. She's asking me to wait. We're trying to run it. Bob, we'll look for the first hand that goes up for the answer. Look for the first hand for the audience. You ready? Okay. Name the Lee County commissioner that was the mayor of Sanibel for 12 years. Oh, come on. Put your hand up. That's an easy one. That was, you have to put Eddie Haskell. He was on the show a couple months ago. Name the Lee County commissioner that was the mayor of Sanibel for 12 years. Oh my gosh. I can't believe what this is. I thought that was the easiest one out of all of them. Wow. Yes.
He's a county commissioner
now. He's on the county commission now.
He used to be in Sanibel for 12 years.
He was on the show.
He's kind of a big guy.
Yeah. Giant head, big shoulders, small legs. He said the pier is going to take 3 years. Holy smokes. I don't even have a backup question.
He's a tire changing king.
Yes.
Flat tire.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that. The day he came on the show, his wife's vehicle had a flat tire from all the debris out there. But the answer is Kevin Ruane, everybody. Wow. I can't believe you didn't know that. So we get to save the T-shirt until next week. Wow. I'm shocked by that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was. Did we come up with one more question or not?
What was Oh no, we already.
If you guys
used
want to
that
come
question.
up with one more trivia question, I need to tell everybody about Sylvester Companies. Now, I don't know if you saw yesterday in the newsletter, we're starting a new feature called 5 Questions with a Local Builder, and Scott Allen was the first one. If you have questions about what's going on, permitting, building, you can send them to me and I'll ask the builders. And we've got Sylvester Companies coming up in the next week or 2, and they're building on the island. Sylvester Companies is a licensed, bonded, and insured builder in Southwest Florida and Central Michigan with full-time crews. You can check them out online at sylvestercompaniesinc.com. They have a Facebook page, and Paul Sylvester is going to be answering your questions next Friday. You can call him right now because he's sitting out in his car in Old San Carlos waiting for you to call him on his cell phone. 989-239-5538. 989-239-5538. All right. This will be an easy one for
This is going to be quick.
Yes. This is going to be an easy one. Ready? Yeah. Wait, does she know the answer so that when I think, is it this one or this one?
I thought it was one more up from that.
No.
Okay.
Either one. What year was Fort Myers Beach incorporated? Raise your hand. Can't yell it out. Right there. Yes, correct. 1996. Very nice. Wow, I can't believe you guys muffed on the Kevin and Wayne. Can you come on? Tell us about the building. You guys? Yes. All right. I'm dying to know what's going on. I'm dying to know what's going on with the Art Association building. So hopefully in the next few weeks we can have somebody on about that. Yeah. We'll have somebody on about
Yeah.
that. Wow, look at this crowd today, dear. How
know.
about that, man? Everybody's coming back to the beach.
That table was a big winner.
I know.
Those
The
two
New
ladies,
Jerseyites.
yeah,
New Jerseyites going
in
home
the
with 2
house.
free
They
shirts.
crushed it out.
If you didn't get a chance to see my video yesterday with Rose, we were able to give Rose $3,000 for her garden. She got a $1,000 gift certificate from Home Depot, from Lowe's, and from Walmart. She is such a nice person,
Yep.
and
She's got a green thumb.
Yeah, she told me a story yesterday that she was walking down by Lynn Hall Park, and she saw the town employees, and she said, "Hey, I need some yellow paint because the fire hydrant out in front of my house it's ugly." So they went up to her house and they painted all the fire hydrants.
nice.
So they're bright yellow all around her house. So what you need to do if something around your house doesn't look good, just go find somebody that works for the town and yell at them, and they'll come right to your house and
No,
fix
ask
everything.
them nicely.
No, of course she's not going to yell at anybody, but
No.
thank you all for donating last week. We did it between 8 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And I think we have a new idea that we're going to be presenting to everybody, because we would like to do something like that every month or two.
Yeah.
To put a smile on somebody's face on this beach. That's what we're trying. There's so many events coming up. The boat parade, the fireworks on New Year's Eve, the race,
The Christmas tree.
the Christmas tree, the putt and pub. It's nice to see the beach so busy. It's nice to see everybody down here. Thank you all for coming. Anything you want to say?
Nope. Thank you to our guests for coming on today. We appreciate everybody for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you for the one-legged chicken. Appreciate it.
And the baby was able to sleep
Oh, my
through that
gosh.
rousing round of applause.
Thank you again
So
to
thank you
Dave
so
and
much.
Jenna for coming. And next week, Adam Botana is supposed to be here. I'm going to text him after the show to see if he's still coming.
I think he's the
He's
kind
of, he can take it.
He can take it. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you Monday night at 6 o'clock for Mondays with the Mayor. Thank you all for coming and tuning in.
All right.
Bye-bye.